Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the debut weekly race of Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer. This is the beginning of a series of races on speed gaming that will be held every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern, showcasing the best and brightest, and as well as newcomers of the Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer community. Tonight we have, for our debut on speed gaming, we have four very fine runners, all veterans of the Mario 3 Randomizer experience, who I am sure will put on a good show, as well as many other racers who are also racing but are not featured tonight. Before we get to our runners, I'm Pro A007. I'm in charge of all of this as far as the weekly randomizers, and I'm very happy to be joining you here. And co-commentating with me tonight is the lovely and wonderful Amorietta. Welcome.
Good evening, everybody. Very glad to be here. As you already said, we have a bunch of really good runners here, so this is going to be a good time.
Yes, it is. Just we don't have positions on all of our runners just yet, but from left to right on the screen here, Classic Gamer 88 was the third place finisher in the spring Mario 3 Randomizer tournament. He has also been a semi-regular presence in the weekly randos and has won 3 times. Human Mustard, a regular presence as well, and was also a participant in the spring tournament. A very fine runner and an active racer. So if you join our little Discord community, you will always find him in a race, willing to do a race. Macobra 52 won the one-shot randomizer tournament hosted by Randomania in June and has won 3 weekly races. Fonzoid was a semi-finalist in the weekly randomizer, in the one-shot randomizer, excuse me, and 4 times, which is the most out of anyway. So we're already off. So what you're going to see here, if you're not familiar, is world order, level order, enemies, randomized. So, for example, we're leading off tonight with 2-4 in World 4.
If you note, the world number at the bottom of the screen in the game still says World 1, and that's to kind of keep everybody in order a little bit.
Yeah, when we started the tournament back in the spring, it was actually giving you the actual world number as opposed to the world number in terms of orders. So this is
we get a little bit confused. Like, what world am I on? How many worlds do I have left? So now there's no more confusion about that, at least.
Right. So early on, we've got 2 pretty short levels, 2-4 and 3-3. And you'll notice here, Boss Bass is nowhere to be found. That's because his presence has been randomized, as well as various enemies and what have you.
One of the most fun and trolliest things about this randomizer, I think, is where's Boss Bass gonna be? You never know.
Yeah. And there are definitely some places where you really do not want him to be. Ooh, Macobra taking a death to the fire, bro, and yep, 6-6.
Oh boy, not one of my favorite levels, that's for sure.
6-6 in the randomizer is one of the most brutal levels in the game because of the random enemies you're going to encounter. I mean, we got zombie fish, we got bloopers. Piranha plants, although it looks like the piranhas are ooh, classic getting clipped there. He had the right idea, just took an unfortunate death, so he's gonna wisely take that mushroom house. Macobra lost his fire, Mario, but he's gonna get it back. Fonzoid is going for the star.
It's always a rough early level because they don't have a lot of power-ups or lives at this point, so
right.
I gotta be really careful.
Cobra's gonna probably just damage boost his way through this.
That fish will get out of the way. There we go.
Yeah, that zombie fish. Ooh, the Cobra getting clipped there, but
he's careful here. Oh,
okay, so
those
Macobra's
Paragoombas can be really trolly too.
Yeah, it's like Fonzoid is through. Okay, now he's Should be okay. So, Human Mustard taking a death there to the Hammer Bro. That's unfortunate. And our first fortress of the game. Wow. Amore, Amore, I think you've already been taken off of rolling seeds ever again.
I did roll this seed. I will admit that. But we're just getting all the bad levels out of the way now, and then the rest of the seed will be a breeze, right?
I guess. The Cobra
like that.
Cobra and Fonzoid are in 7F2. Classic just finished 6-6, much to his abiding relief. Macobra is at the end.
Well, Human Mustard's only got one life left, so he's got to be really careful.
He's trying to draw that blooper away. He's not really having it. He's got zombie fish on the other side, which doesn't help. Fonzoid taking a death in the 7F2. He's going to go for the Mushroom House. Cobra clears out Boom Boom. So, oh boy, 7-8 and 4-4. Cobra taking a death there, and Angry Sun is there too.
Angry Sun, yeah, Angry Sun can show up a little randomly too.
Cobra gets rid of the Hammer Bro. He's hoping for something good. Well, it's a mushroom. Somebody's saying the man, the machine, the guys in every tournament. Well, almost every tournament. As many as they'll allow me to be in. Cobra's gonna damage boost his way through. Gets a star, like in the vanilla game, which is good.
Yeah. I take the pipe, yeah. And going into a pipe, I believe, gets rid of Angry Sun and Boss Bass when you come back out of it.
That's correct, yeah.
You know where to be found, so if you can possibly find a pipe somewhere, then definitely a good idea.
Yeah, so Fonzoid is through. As soon as he clears Boss Bass, Vanilla Hammer Suit at 7-8 in the that spot. That's good. Now the end card.
Go ahead.
No, you got it. Go ahead.
End card games are randomized as well. Different pattern every time, and the item that you match is not the item that you see on screen. So once you're done with the game, you got to go in your inventory and check what did I actually get out of this.
Right. So what they're going to be looking for here are are clouds and hammers. The hammers, in addition to breaking boulders, also break lock in this game. So this can allow you to skip major chunks of worlds.
Mm-hmm.
Macobra found 7-4. A auto-scroller that has been turned off.
Thank goodness for that.
Yeah, with 2 exceptions, 5-9 and a lost level, auto-scrollers have been turned off. Ooh, Classic getting dinged by Paragoomba, so he's going to try his luck with 7-4. The Cobra's finishing 7-4. Fonzoid matches 1 item. Gets a P-Wing from the flower.
Oh, that was a close one there.
Yeah.
Human Mustard.
Yeah,
Cloud.
So, Cobra almost got stun locked to death, but manages to slip past that. So, so the cloud will be useful, but overall not much. Not as much as they would have liked from these items. So Macobra picks up the mushroom. He might be going for a damage boost here. Well, if he was, he would have done it by now. He's just going for the item. Give himself a little bit of a cushion. So he gets the star. Let's see if he can go for the star kill on Boom Boom. It's going to be close, but I don't think he's going to quite get it. Be a little... Okay,
ooh, almost.
Just a little short, but no problem doing it the old-fashioned way. So on our stream, he'll be the first one to get to the airship, and the airships, of course, are randomized, though the Koopa kids are not. So Iggy is waiting at the end of World 2 airship.
And very nice to see this auto-scroller not here. Then you get through these really fast. So the Koopa kids are always the same, but whether or not they're Earthquake is random.
Cobra finishes at about 8:10. Classic is at the airship. Mustard is at 5:03. Still got his hammer suit. So, looks like a regular Iggy. Nothing unusual about him. Classic clears at 8:32. So, what do you think next world will be, Amor?
2. World 2.
World 2?
I guess that would be vanilla, though, wouldn't it? World 2, World 2, but...
World 6 instead. Longest world in the game. And no god pipes, so pipes are randomized in terms of where they can take you. So they have a 1 in 3 chance of skipping all the way to 6-4. Unfortunately, that was not the case here. Cobra having a little trouble at starting off in 4-4. Fonzoid finishes at about 9 minutes flat. Mustard gets a fire kill on Boom Boom. Classic got clipped there by Lakitu, as he is wont to do. So, 3 runners pretty close. Mustard not far behind.
Just heading into the airship now.
1-1.
Nice Karibo shoe.
Yeah.
Nice to see that. We don't see that enough.
Cobra's taking advantage of the rare opportunity, but loses it, so...
See how long Classic Gamer can keep it for. Of course, it doesn't let you keep it past that one level, but...
Bonzoid going the other way to 6-2 gets almost vanilla 6-3 and almost got killed by Fire Snake.
From Scott in the chat, this seed is super random. I guess it's done its job then, huh? So far, anyway.
So... 2 fort is the first 3 forts these players will encounter.
Much better than that 7 fort 2 we saw earlier, anyway.
Yeah. Fonzoid doing a good job clearing out the card.
Now, before, did they find any clouds or hammers with that?
P-Wing was flower. It was flowers, I believe. So...
And it will be that every time.
Yeah. So it doesn't look like the card is giving out a whole lot. There was a hammer suit in there, I think, but in general, not so much. And the dreaded 6-9.
Classic Gamer trying to do the very, very difficult clip.
Yeah,
never mind.
It is, I believe, pixel perfect.
Yeah.
I took a few cracks at it, then decided, forget it, not worth it.
And just jump over the wall and be done with it, but...
Yeah. So, the Cobra and Mustard, not Mustard, Classic are very close, and Classic, unfortunately, can't go through the pipe with invincibility while he's big. Not unless he's got peace speed. So, coin ship and a hammer bro for Cobra, who had got double fire bros.
Oh, nice evasion of those fireballs there.
Yeah, gets a P-Wing for it.
Human Mustard have another go at his end card game.
Yeah. 6-5 is 6-10. Not a level we tend to see very often in the rando for some reason. I don't know why, but at least in my experience, and I think it's the same for you, Amor, we don't see 6-10 that often.
No, we don't.
Luck of the draw, I suppose, but
definitely seems like some levels show up more than others.
Yeah. Here's the coin ship for Cobra. Quick 1-2 kill on. Yep, with gets a hammer. Nice. So that hammer could come in handy. World 1, World 2, World 5. 6-7 is 6-1. So a lot of World 6 and World 6.
Yeah, a little too vanilla, I think. A little bit.
A little bit. Nothing actual vanilla, but ooh, fire nippers.
Oh, some of the worst enemies you can get.
Yeah, 6-8 is 6-4-2 is 5F1. Even with the randomized enemies, it's pretty easy to do the P-speed strats.
Nicely done by Macobra there.
Fonzoid's got to be a little careful. No problem with Boom Boom for Macobra. Cobra starting to clear out the card. He should have most of this taken care of. Oh, he had the star too. He had a brain cramp there, but not a big thing for Macobra. So 1-4. Their auto scroller turned off. I think in general, players like the auto scrollers turned off, except for I think 5-6, just because there's some tricky platforming when it's off.
Yeah.
Fonzoid gets his end card done, and looks like there's a cloud in there, but that's it. Ooh, 6-9 is 7-1. He's going to take the intentional death. He's either come back to become big, or okay, he's gonna doesn't have a.
See what the other level is. Seems like a better choice.
1-6. He could have clipped through the wall for 7-1, but it's a lot harder with a tail, and he didn't have a ready mushroom. So
possible, but definitely more difficult.
Fonzoid's
actually trying it right now. Oh,
no problem.
Not so difficult, is it?
Yeah.
And he's got triple flower.
Yeah, Fonzoid doing it Fonzoid's way. 3F2 is our third fort of World 6. Makes it look easy. The creator of the Mario 3 Rando, F. Coughlin. We thank him for joining us tonight, and he commented how evil the non-auto scrollers can be. Amen to that.
Absolutely.
Classic. Actually let Boom Boom fly, but managed to rein him in.
Flying Boom Boom can be a little intimidating, I think.
Yeah. The World 7 airship to close it out. Ran into the wall there, but
so Koopa Kid could have between 1 and 5 hits.
Yeah. The good news is Lemmy can't do like
Not much there. He gave up pretty easily.
1750 for Classic. About 1754, I think, for Cobra, and about 1758 for Fonzoid. So the three racers very close to each other, and Mustard, after a tough start, is slowly chipping away here. He's having some trouble with the fire chain. They want their SMB.
Money like those custom messages from the King and from Peach.
Hammer came up, so that's good. And money for nothing and chicks for free. World 1, so you use the hammer to skip the first half of this. They go straight to 1-5, which is 3-9.
And just to note, we do have more than these 4 racers. There's how many altogether? Was it 13 or something?
13 or 14, yeah. We actually have already had a forfeit, unfortunately.
Yeah,
but
just now.
Yeah, but everyone else is carrying on. Classic saying nope to the end card. He's going to go on to 1-6, which is 3-2. A somewhat notorious level in vanilla speedrunning because of the Cheep Cheep's funky hitboxes. But Classic, who's an accomplished Mario 3 speedrunner, doesn't have any trouble.
It's a very quick world.
Yeah.
So you have a hammer, you can just kind of blow right through it all.
Mm-hmm.
Really not much to do.
Yeah.
You can make up a little bit for that long World 6 they just had.
Yeah, just a little. It has been a somewhat slower seed thus far than is typical. Fonzoid is already done with World 3. Used his cloud to burn through it, I think 1-6. So he's in World 2, and he uses second hammer to get to the second half of World 2, and gets 3-7.
Almost got eaten there. Almost.
And there's our debut of Boss Bass. Now, 3-7 has an item, and you can go for it as Fonzoid is. Kind of a calculated.
That screen is an auto-scroller that can't be removed, or just is still there.
I believe that's correct. Yeah. So, and it's a cloud.
Not very long anyway. Oh, cloud, nice.
So, time very well spent by Fonzoid, and 3 Quicksand is the third hand stage, and that has an item. Whatever item it is will be the same item for the other 2 hands.
So if it's something like a hammer or a cloud, that would be very lucky.
Let's see. It is a flower. Not the best item, but certainly appreciated. So
Fonzoid's going for 2-4.
Looks like Classic Gamer nom nom.
Yep, a little chomp chomp.
So Classic saying, no, I'm not taking any chances here.
Now, is he gonna go for the item?
It does not appear so. That's unfortunate.
So he's not gonna have that extra cloud.
Yeah. 2-4 was 5-1, incidentally. And there's a hammer for Fonzoid.
And the Cobra got his cloud.
And another just one fire bro this time. And there's a music box, which is generally useless, but it can come in handy, mostly in World 7 at the end. Cobra and Classic in the same place. Pyramid is 4-6. Looks like 2-5 is 4-5.
Mm-hmm. Human Mustard getting to the end of his World 3.
Yeah. A World 4 airship, which thankfully has the auto-scroller turned off, because otherwise this would be a 2-minute time sink.
Oh yeah. Moves twice as slow as all the others.
Yeah, and Morton's got Boom Shake, so gotta be a little careful here, and he's taking more than 3 hits. He's a 5-hitter. And, ooh, Fonzoid, he's in trouble.
Locked.
Oh, he got caught, he got stun locked.
And he started with a P-Wing, too.
I know, that's terrible, but he's gonna go back for round 2. Ooh, that sting. Looks like, Classic used his Cloud to skip the pyramids, so... He's right there with, Fonzoid, who's gonna be a little more cautious this time. Ugh. Almost got hit there, and does not get the the little skip where you go into the ceiling, and you can make it so instead of Mario scrolling down, it just skips right ahead. But you have to have Mario and the wand, most of Mario and the wand off screen for that to happen. Cobra.
Pull that off maybe once.
It's really a matter of timing more than anything. So World 3. So this is the interesting one. Is it World 3, or is it going to be a good World 3, or are they going to have to work for this? Nope.
Ooh, they do not have to work for it.
Right to the end.
Does that redeem me a little bit for rolling the seed? Maybe a little bit.
Getting there. And it's a one-hit Wendy. I think you're forgiven.
That is basically the most perfect World 3 you can possibly get. The Classic Gamer's right behind Fonzoid.
Yeah. About 10 seconds behind.
And Macobra's gonna be right there, too.
Cobra, he'll be out before 26 minutes. So we got 5 worlds down, and we're not even 26 minutes in.
Mm-hmm.
That's something. We have World 5 and World 7 left, and it's World 7.
So these pipes can be a mess. They can take you anywhere.
And, well, down the rabbit hole Fonzoid goes. And, ooh, got to the South Central Island, which you do not want to see, because it takes 2 levels to get to 1 more pipe. Fonzoid is gambling. He's going to try skip 7-2 and see what's on the other side. And, ooh, that's not good. That's going to hurt.
He has to do 7-2 just to get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's Classic doing the level you mentioned earlier.
5-6. Not an especially difficult level, but it's a little awkward with the auto-scrolling off.
At least in the first half with the flying beetles, anyway.
Yeah. Fonzoid's out, so is Classic. Macobra is learning the facts of life here. So 7-1 it is, and 7-1 is 5-2. There's a boss bass up there.
Fonzoid also choosing not to go for the end card game, so he might be done with that.
Yeah. He realizes that it really wasn't paying off. I mean, I think it was just giving out one cloud and keep doing that over and over for just one cloud. And might not, in his mind, it's not worth it.
Human Mustard about to be pretty happy that he's going to get out of World 3 very soon.
Mm-hmm. No doubt. He's closer than we think. He's still a couple levels behind, but 7-1 pipe takes him to the south, North Central Island, the first pipe takes him nowhere. So
it's gotta be something here.
Well, time's running out, because if it's not here, it turns out that other pipe that took you to the South Central Island was correct all along.
Oh, that's true. I might have to go all the way back.
Classic picks up a cloud from the first Piranha level. Well, Fonzoid takes care of 7F1, which was excuse me, a world 3F1.
Oh boy.
Well, he knows 7-5. It's 7-3 is the correct answer, so we know that much. And 7-5 is 7-6. Fonzoid deciding not to bother with the clips. I think he's going to try and do an intentional death here. Yep.
It can take a while to kill yourself in this level, because there's...
Yeah, enemies can be a little random as far as showing up. But luckily he's got a P-Wing on hand. Fly over to the top of 7-6. Classic has a fire suit, so he should be able to do the clip successfully. There he goes.
What was that, 4th try or 5th try, I think?
4th, I think? So 7-3 is 6-2. No path of shame. Nope. No path of shame, Raichu. We all have done it. So Cobra's gonna try his luck now. I believe he had Small Mario and he just took an intentional death here.
Did he go in?
Yeah, I think he's going for the intentional death as well. He's having a hard time getting to the spike so he can finish the job. But, okay, there he goes. Fonzoid finding the correct pipe, I think went to 7-8, which is 6-7. Yeah. Another...
So much World 6 we're still seeing.
I know. We've pretty much seen everything. I think 6-5, 6-4, 6-5 haven't been seen, but I think all the other numbered levels. Nicely done by Fonz. Classic's right behind him. 7-9 is 1-2. To answer
bad of a level.
To answer a question in chat from Greg City, levels, level order, enemies, items,
world order as well.
World, except for the last one. World 8 is always World 8.
Auto scrollers have been removed.
With 2 exceptions, yeah.
You can randomize the music as well, and Mario's color, which don't really have an effect on anything, but it's just a fun little thing you can do with it too.
World 8 Fort, 7F2. That reminds me, where's Mew Mew, fan? He should be ranting. He should be ranting about this by now. So, don't look. Oh, we just missed getting the 1 cycle. Classic, having none of the fort, just goes straight to the airship and downs Ludwig very quickly, so Classic has taken the lead.
So we have world... Which world is left?
World 5.
5, right.
So, Fonzoid also using his music box to get past the Piranha. So...
Oh, the Cobra.
He's having a little trouble there.
Disco waffles are being a little difficult.
Yeah. So he's deciding to just star his way through the Piranha level, which none of the other players did. So just a star. So good move by Classic. 1-5 and 5-2. Mustard found 7-2. I think that's 7-7. Cobra's finished.
Another P-Wing for Classic.
You certainly can't have enough of those, can you? 5-3 is 6-8, which can be a somewhat difficult level, especially if you got Angry Sun or Boss Bass trolling around.
Now, did you catch if these guys have a hammer for the second half of World 5?
I believe they do. Just based on the way the last few worlds have gone, I think they all have a hammer on hand, or they should.
So they'll be able to break that lock and then skip a few levels, which is really good.
Well, they didn't have a hammer before. They certainly do now, because...
Oh, yep.
So, thanks for setting that up.
And as J Money said in chat, the level that Classic is on is one that is always the same.
Ooh, Sunday surprise from Classic. Nice.
The enemies in the level can be randomized, but the location is the same.
Good. Classic showing off a little swag there.
You gotta have a little swag. Why
Just
not?
a little. Just a little, yeah. Classic in control here, and as I said, we have other runners, so we won't know who is in the lead, who has won, really, until probably for another few more minutes, but probably a safe assumption that Classic is in the lead at this point. He just ran through Navy with his P-Wing, no problem. Chat saying in the Navy. Macobra's got a cloud on hand, but does he still have an extra hammer? Ooh.
I'm not sure.
For his sake he does, because that could be fatal. Bonzoid uses his hammer to get to the Navy. 2-1 has Boss Bass, a popular location for him in the randomizer, I feel.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh.
No problem for Classic, though.
Nah. Once you get past that opening stretch, it's pretty simple. Ignoring the hammer, bro, he's just going straight on and gets 5-8. Can be a difficult level in rando. Okay.
People get sniped right at the end. Right
Macobra did have a hammer. See if that extra hammer that Classic picked up pays off in World 8, because all the pipes again are randomized, so you could end up in a situation where you need to use a hammer to get through a lock if you wanted to go a little faster. Ooh, Fonzoid going for the jump and gets dinged by a piranha flower.
You busting out the hammer suit now.
One-hit Roy, so Classic has reached World 8 at 37-26. Cobra, not far behind. He's done a good job narrowing the gap. Another triple flower for Fonzoid. Mustard. Just finished up, I think, 6-8.
Okay, so let's see what kind of World 8 we're going to get. Could be a kind World 8 or not so much.
Is hand bridge required?
Oh boy.
Fire nippers in quicksand. Ew.
Not a very promising start.
Oh.
But, okay, rest of the level seems...
Classic lost the handle there, but guns through.
Makoba right behind.
You got dinged by nippers. So first pipe, is this God World 8 or is there going to be some exploration required? There's some exploration required. He's going for Air Force, which is super tanks. Oh wait, Mew's not here, so. Now, the reason he's playing this is to open that lock.
Yeah.
Give himself another potential avenue.
And then he'll probably go back and do the other level instead of going over Handbridge. Nobody wants to do that.
No, not unless you're forced to. Makoba is following suit. It is a good play. It is a calculated risk because you might be playing one extra level unnecessarily. So we'll see. We're gonna play Navy next, and it's 5F2.
Yep. Be a tricky one with the upside down lava and all of that.
Yeah. Classic, showing off those rando. Those vanilla strats very nicely.
It's like, power-ups, who needs those?
Exactly. So we're at... Ooh, Makoba just getting the edge of the platform there. We're at the 40-minute mark. Nobody has done yet in SRL, so this is very much open. Okay, this is interesting. Got to play 2 levels to get to 2 more pipes. And
no, he's got no more clouds.
Right.
Classic Gamer doesn't. Cobra probably not.
I don't think so. And I think this is our first lost level, isn't it?
Oh, Makoba did have a cloud.
So he skips the lost level and gets 4-2.
Well, that was our first lost level, was it?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, there's 8 of them that could show up anywhere.
Chad pointing out Classic does have an extra hammer in play, but it's not going to matter because unless that pipe takes him behind that lock, it's largely useless. But it's possible. I'm not going to say impossible, but unlikely.
Okay, so let's see now what we have for Makoba here.
Ding! Got it!
And a very appropriate level, I think, to finish. Air Force. Which I think is a really fun level without the auto-scroller.
Yeah,
really fun platform.
Bonds is making his way across. I didn't see what the first level was. Second-hand level is 8-2. Cobra in the driver's seat down the stretch. Can he hold on?
Bonzo had taken a death on those pesky note blocks.
Got a hammer suit. He's got the star. He is ready to roll. So he enters Bowser's castle. No clip there.
Yeah, you save, what, a couple of seconds if you can manage that?
About a second and a half, yeah. So, no .duns yet. 42 minutes in, Makoba has a chance to score his 4th win of the weekly randos.
The Classic doesn't have a hammer suit.
Oh,
So
that's interesting. I thought he did.
his Bowser kill is going to take a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Quite a bit longer.
So the end of that hand bridge actually takes him behind that other lock that we were discussing earlier.
Another lost level.
And Makoba zooms through Bowser and does a fantastic job. And as soon as he goes through, he is okay. He is done and has won the race with an official SRL time of 42:46. GG to Macobra.
GG. That is a good time. Especially because this seed started out a little rough, I think.
Yeah.
Well, we had a couple quick worlds, so...
And we have our second place finisher, when Chuck Attacks finishes second with an official SRL time of 43:26. Well, well. Classic takes care of Bowser the old-fashioned way. And Classic finishes third with an official SRL time of 43:36. GG to Classic Gamer 88. Fonzoid learning. Go through the lost level in 8-1. We still got several runners in play here, including two of our featured runners. Fonzoid is close. He's only... Ooh, Cheap gets him.
Those rising and falling water levels are always a little bit frustrating, especially when you happen to fall in.
Mm-hmm. So he's still got a hammer and he's still got a star for Bowser, so he can make that opening as easy as possible.
Okay, Fonzoid's starting up his final level before Bowser.
Yep.
Don't have any problems here.
Mustard is an 8-1, so he shouldn't be too far off.
Very well executed by Fonzoid there. Final boom boom kill. Now, does he have a hammer suit? I'm not sure if he's the one that used one.
No, he's got one.
Earlier. Yep. He also tried for the clip, didn't quite get it.
We have our fourth finisher. Paradox 64 finishes fourth with an official SRL time of 46:23.
Oh, Human Mustard trying again.
Fonzoid buzzsaws through Bowser.
Yeah, and he is finished with an official SRL time of 46:43. Also, still a very good time.
Yeah. Patio J finished sixth at 47:13.
A lot of these runners are finishing pretty close together, one after another here. And Human Mustard all set with his hammer suit for Bowser. Oh. I don't think he quite meant to go in there. Now he's got to reset that platform there. There we go. Ah, fancy clip.
Yeah.
Being extra careful, good idea.
Mustard.
Okay, well done.
No problem. And we welcome our winner of the inaugural Speed Gaming Randomizer Weekly, Macobra, GG.
GG.
That was awesome. I'm speechless right now. I didn't expect to come on top of all these great racers, all these great runners. You know.
Yeah.
You played really well, I think.
Yeah, you were behind a bit, and then you just caught fire down the stretch. You burned through all your items and were able to close the gap really quickly.
That's awesome. Yeah, I thought it was over when I died in World 1. Like, that was a brutal world. That,
yeah
7-8 and 6-6 and.
I was going to ask you what you thought at the start of the seed. I think it was a little bit rough with those tough levels. It kind of thrown at you right away.
7-4-2 as well. That was
yeah.
And we welcome Classic Gamer 88 to the chat. Welcome, GG.
GG.
So yeah, how about that World 1?
The first world was not a problem. The World 7 or whatever world it was, World 7 I've ever played in my life.
Pretty much had to traverse the whole world there.
It's like at least one. It's always 7-3. Always 7-3. But we have just as an FYI, Human Mustard actually finished 7th, 48-43. So GG to him.
Mm-hmm. We're still waiting on a few others, I think.
We've still got about 5 or 6 other people in the field. Let's see, Leslie Pro's still in the field. S Diesel's still running. Claris.com is still running. So we've got a few players still out there. But yeah. So Macobra, that's your 4th win of the weeklies that we've done since we started this whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's unreal. I just can't believe it, you know, especially this race. I mean, even Chuck joined. I was like, oh, but he's going to take this whole thing, you know, and I'm like, just play best and see how it goes, you know.
Yeah, he only raced once before this, and he won. I think it was like the 2nd or 3rd weekly rando we did.
Yeah, you know, I had a few snags during my run, but overall, I mean, I played pretty solidly. I mean, I just didn't think I'd be able to compete with, you know, the top runners, you know.
Everyone had some trouble, I think, early on, and then I think by World 4, World 3, World 4 is where everything kind of settled down a bit. After kind of a rough World 4 and a really long World 6, it's like, okay, then the game decided to take mercy.
Yeah, that God pipe in World 3 must have been really nice.
Yeah, that was awesome, and one hit Wendy on top of that.
Yeah,
best one you could get.
That was anticlimactic a bit.
Yeah. We welcome our 5th place finisher, Fonzoid, to the chat. GG.
GG.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes. Welcome.
Thank you. It was a fun seed. Rough beginning, but after that it was quite mellow.
Basically the consensus about it, I think.
Yeah.
End cards didn't give anything though.
I think there was like one cloud. That was it. I think that was the only
20 coin, I believe it was the cloud, but I mean, if that's only the thing there is there, then it doesn't matter if you play it or not. It was just empty to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just saw that one cloud and I'm like, nope, not worth. Keep on going. So
was really behind at the end of the race, so I opted to go to the hand bridge, and obviously that wasn't the way to go. But I really thought that I was a lot behind that I actually was, I guess.
Yeah, I was tempted to go for Handbridge, but I was like, I'll try the Navy and see how that goes.
Yeah,
Honestly, if I was behind the whole time, so I was thinking, what can I do to catch up? Every little trick that would help.
It's a good play though to play the Air Force level to get rid of the lock. I actually never think of doing that myself. I kind of just see that screen and just get out of there.
Yeah, I
don't
realized
wanna
I had
see
hammers
Handbridge.
left, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
so yeah.
But yeah, overall, it was an interesting seed for sure. I mean, we just had we've had a flurry of finishes. Leslie Pro finished 58th at 53:16. Claris.com finished 9th, 53:41, and Fuchsia Fantasy 10th at 53:46.
Leslie Pro is not a fan of the first the first world.
Countywide tire fire. Wow.
Never be spoken of again. Well,
I mean, since we got really hard like World 1, because most of the hard stages in the randomizer were there.
Yeah.
We actually get to use our clouds more loosely, because there wasn't going to be like any stage that we really wanted to use a cloud in. That also helped to the seed later. Like it started really rough, especially in World 1, but after that, then really, really mellow.
Yeah, there wasn't y'all had to play World 6 the whole way through, but there really wasn't anything too trolly. It's just, I guess, except depending on your circumstance, 7-1 being in 6-9. Because was it you, Macobra? I think you were small, and then you took an intentional death.
Yeah, and then I sort of debated on trying to clip at the tail, and I was like, nope, I'm going to try the other level and see what it was. So it turned out to be a pretty short one, so that was good.
Yeah.
How many hammers were there in all? It doesn't seem like there were that many.
Enough. Like, I believe that the first hammer burst gave all the hammers that we needed. I entered World 5 without needing to play any of the Hammer Brothers, because I already had all the hammers that I need. So, and besides that, we got World 7. And the route that we had to use to play World 7 was the same for all of us. There wasn't any different route.
Right.
Way, because the only way out of that world was through Vanilla 7.8. 7.9, which contains the lock, were connected to the mushroom house. So there wasn't any other exit, so you didn't have to use a hammer there. Also, in World 3, we got World 3, so we didn't have to use any hammers there. And by the time we finished World 2, I mean, we only needed one more hammer, and I believe that we all had that on our inventory, so.
Right. Very very good analysis there, Fonzoid, and it worked out pretty well.
Did either of the R Scholar levels pop up?
What was that?
Did either of the other Scholar levels pop up?
No, we didn't see it.
Okay.
Lost levels didn't show up until World 8, actually.
Yeah, there really weren't many.
Darn.
We got two more finishers. Slim Kirby, 11th, at 55:20.
He was also not a fan of the beginning of the seed.
S Diesel, 12th at 57:11. So I think who's still left? I think the only runner still on the board here is Herbaceous Meteor. I think everybody else has run, because I know Jedab unfortunately had to withdraw about early on in the race. So, And incidentally, for those of you still watching, give our runners tonight a follow. They put on a great show for us tonight. It was a really good start to the weekly Speed Gaming Mario 3 Randomizer Weeklies, and we'll be doing this every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern on Speed Gaming on one of the channels. So keep an eye out on the schedule sheet for that. Hopefully we get some more runners, get some new runners into the field. Runners who weren't able to do it on Saturday, because on Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern we race on Randomania. So there's lots of Mario 3 rando fun for all.
That's right, and you don't have to be good at the game to join in. I mean, I know some speedrunning strats, but most of the time I just sort of go fast and try not to get hit. So anyone can do it. Oh yeah, definitely. Anyone can do it.
Go fast and improvise. That's pretty much how it works.
That's pretty much what I did the whole run.
I try to go fast anyway. Doesn't always work, but
yeah,
at least try.
So incidentally, after this race ends officially on Speed Gaming, we will have yet another race in the Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze Tournament.
Great game there.
At 10:15 Eastern, so in about 10 minutes. So we're probably going to wrap this up in a couple of minutes. Any final thoughts, guys?
Was okay. The races, they are fun. Game. It's a fine new way to play the game that most of you probably love when you were a child.
Oh yeah.
Every race, every seat that you get is different, so there's a lot of fun there.
Yeah.
Playability, I believe is the word. But,
if Vanilla Mario 3 is like classical music, this is like jazz.
Interesting.
That's really the only
game.
That's really the only way to sum it up. It's pure improvisation in a lot of respects. You got to go with what the game is giving you. But
all I really have to say, GG to Macobra on the win, and shout outs to improvisational strats that make no sense but work.
Absolutely. Thanks, Classic. I really didn't expect to come on top, but y'all are amazing runners, and
it's like
it's a competitive field. So for sure.
Yes, swag is should be our mantra. Scientific wild ass guesses.
Oh yeah, speaking of swag, now that you reminded me, I'm so happy I got the big time swag in the tower, or as they call it, the Sunday sequence break. Getting
yeah. Like, well done on that. So we'll let you guys go. Thanks again for racing, and great job, everybody, tonight. And congrats again, Macobra, on the win.
Yeah, GG's, everybody.
Thank you. GG's, y'all.